No one taught me how to grieve the living, so I mistook them for ghosts and wrote elegies for them instead. Then, for a while, I wondered if maybe it was me who died in their stead. I wonder if our hands were reaching for each other while we were both learning how not to drown. Words, perhaps mine, yours, or both, were muffled by the water and neither of us could make them out. Or maybe your pleas were softer than the noise inside my head. In the end, our final moments outlived everything.
I've been waiting, I've been searching for too long now for you, for you. I've been thinking, wondering, wishing for too long now for you, for you. Sometimes the words don't come out right, and I replay them every night. Did I hurt you? Didn't mean to. Sometimes you can't rewind the clock. You can't claim what you once called mine, but I loved you Do you remember me? It seems you have it all figured out after all these years. You look at me now, but look at you. My oh my, what time can do. Safe to say you won't be coming back. Sometimes the words don't come out right, and I regret them every night. Did I hurt you? Didn't mean to. Sometimes you can't rewind the clock. You can't claim what you once called mine, but I loved you. I still do. Of us driving me crazy, and there's nothing I can do for my sanity. I've been filling in the silence with regrets. I've been rehearsing all the things I should have said, but you said hope failed us too many times for another try. And all these memories of us driving me crazy, and there's nothing I can do for my sanity. I've been filling in the silence with regrets. I've been rehearsing all the things I should have said, but you said hope failed us too many times for another try. Another try. And after everything, I'm still tracing the mysteries. And after everything, I'm still singing our old melodies. And I'm hoping that you're the same. Yeah. Eternal memories. peace, then find me at a coffee shop, or let's sit for some tea and talk until the cups are dry. If our paths ever meet, we'll let that be our sign. We'll close the silence between the years we couldn't survive. And if our paths ever meet, let's leave the years outside. I'll leave the you I couldn't keep. You'll leave the me you couldn't recognize. So, what have you been reading? What has changed your mind? What have you been watching from the other side? Let's watch people come in and go about their lives. And if we ever part again, let it be the ordinary kind. We'll say when, then I'm outside. If our paths ever meet, we'll let that be our sign. We'll close the silence between the years we couldn't survive. And if our paths ever meet, let's leave the years outside. I'll leave the you I couldn't keep. You'll leave the me you couldn't recognize.
Mourning that which has not died is a funny thing. Some days you think you've reached the final draft. Then, somewhere between meals and laughter, you find yourself editing again, rearranging pauses, trying to rewrite old silences, looking for the sentence where everything changed, or maybe where you first began reading each other incorrectly, wondering if there was even a sentence at all. Because you've learned that stories don't usually unravel all at once. So you try to understand the people you thought you knew, and the people they did too. The person they were still becoming, as well as the person that stood beside them while you were becoming. So now you're learning to balance resentment and grace, and trying to understand who they knew they were, and who they pretended to be, who they hoped to become. And somewhere in between, wondering if you can learn to extend the same grace for yourself. For the child you silenced, for who you thought you were but wasn't, for who you became and who you nearly lost, for who had always been there, waiting to be seen. So, mourning that which has not died is truly a funny thing, because in the end it isn't about rewriting the story. It's learning to stop editing chapters that have already gone to print. It's simply reading them without searching for a different ending, making room for those who remained beyond the chaos of it all, those still wanting to share meals and laughter And another page. I learned today that there is a difference between missing a person and missing a version of yourself that existed beside them. I think I have been grieving both at the same time. Not just for one person either. I revisit old conversations the way people revisit childhood homes, carefully, knowing they no longer live there. An email, a song, a photograph, a voice message that I haven't listened to in months. I stand in those memories like someone standing in the doorway of an old bedroom, noticing how much smaller everything looks now. And every time I think, I hope life has been kind to you. I hope I was good to you. Someone asked me a question today that has stayed with me. What if there wasn't a villain in the story? I didn't know what to do with that. Because if there is no villain, where do I place all the guilt and shame? And if there's no villain, there would be no victim. Then who do I hand my pain and confusion to? But she wasn't thinking that small. Maybe, she suggested, we weren't villains and victims. Maybe we're simply people who loved each other until we had to protect ourselves. I have been sitting with that all day. We were people who loved each other until we had to protect ourselves. In so many ways. In our own ways, too. There is something unbearably forgiving about it. I wonder if you left to protect what remained of you and what remained of us. Maybe distance was an act of mercy. Maybe silence was the only boundary we had left. Maybe some endings are not abandonment, but emergency exits. I think at the time I needed there to be a reason grand enough to explain why so many people were leaving all at once. A death of some sort that I was responsible for. Until it became my own. In my mind, that is. I called them soulmates. I called them mirrors and projections. I saw them as lifetime connections. But what if it was simpler than that? What if we were just friends? Friends who created beautiful things together. Friends who witnessed versions of each other that no longer exist. Friends who loved each other deeply and imperfectly. Friends who reached the edge of what we could hold and put each other down. There is a sadness in that, but there is also gratitude. Because we mattered. We really did. And perhaps that is enough. Not every love story is meant to become a forever story. Some are simply meant to become a memory. One that you revisit years later and whisper, "Thank you." I hope life is kind to you. I hope I was good to you. I hope I was good to you. These days, I've been wondering if we took our ghosts with us, or if they abandoned us and found each other instead. Maybe they're still taking lazy trips to Primark, racing for the train, walking your dog to the park, and staying for dinner again. Maybe your ghost is still telling mine the same story about that boy for the 100th time, and mine is still holding out directions in places it's never been, mistaking knowledge for wisdom. Or maybe they're frozen, somewhere around the day your home fell apart, and I'm still noticing your laughter change. Still sitting beside you as you learn. How to carry an absence. These days I've been wondering if our ghosts are still mending through chords and melodies, giving our wounds a place to rest. Maybe our ghosts still talk about easy things, dreams, a crush, melodies, a half-written song. Or maybe you're still there, watching me turn a stranger's pain into art, while still learning how to hold your own. Back when I knew how to sit beside you, without bleeding on you. I wish I'd known we'd become strangers again. These days, I've been wondering if our ghosts are still parked outside my house somewhere, reliving everything. From jokes about our old teachers to you saying things you never thought you'd say out loud, and showing me all your fragile parts. It must have been sometime around 5 when we finally parted. Maybe our ghosts never said goodbye at all. I painted the wrong version of our friendship during our farewells and many goodbyes. We had so many carefree and tender moments. They all still plague my mind. These days I've been thinking about how we'd spend entire afternoons running small errands, then talk about the shows we'd come to love, our passions and childhood wounds, and all the people we'd hope to become. You found comfort in quiet places, the trees, your thoughts, the world above, you were learning how to meet yourself, how to nourish your soul. While I was busy searching for mine in someone else and chasing after the wrong people. I like to imagine our ghosts were still running errands together, with no particular place to be. These days, I've been thinking about how we'd speak of impossible things. You met my wonder with your own. You lived within my in-between and saw me when I was most unseen. Maybe our ghosts finally found a place for all our questions to land. It's strange. The minds that wanders the furthest can make you feel the most at home. So, if you ever think of me, I hope it is with a smile. I hope you remember me as someone you once walked beside, even if for just a little while.